The press got it.
Okay.
All right. Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. Today, we have a cooking demo from the mother-daughter duo from Veganist Fork, Maddie and Janet Dockery. They have a brand new plant-based air fryer cookbook that's coming out tomorrow. It's already #1 in new release in Whole Food Diets, and if you guys pre-order, we can make another vegan book a bestseller. Please welcome them to the show. Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Hi, Chef AJ. So excited to be here.
Yes, this is like amazing. We are in the presence of vegan royalty.
Well, I don't know about royalty, but definitely the vegan OG. So that is so good. Congratulations. The book's already #1 in new release. I wish you every success, and maybe some of the viewers today will order it. So how did this come to be, a mother-daughter duo writing an air fryer cookbook?
Well, I guess it all started when you were in college. First couple of weeks of college, I got a text on my phone that said, I'm at a petting zoo and we're going vegetarian today. And I said,
no ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, we had already been thinking about making the jump to being vegetarian for a while. We kind of slowly eliminated different meats. We were down to just chicken and other poultry for a while. And then once I got to college and I had all the other options in the dining halls, I felt like I was ready to do it, but I needed a little moral support. So
mommy said yes. And then I repaid the favor to you later on after you graduated college.
Yeah,
maybe
a few years down the road.
A year after you graduated, I think. And I said, you know what? We're not doing this right. We really need to go vegan. Vegetarian's just not cutting it. I've seen some stuff that I can't unsee.
Yeah.
And we really need to make the complete jump and do this for real. And from that day forward, you weren't completely on board.
I was a little skeptical at first because I was a cheese rat.
Yeah.
I needed it. But then once I saw what you were able to do
in the kitchen with
the vegan meals, I was on board with it.
Yeah.
So
That's great. All because of a petting zoo. How long ago was that?
that was in 2009. So that's 12 years ago.
Yeah.
That's great. I love your hair, by the way, Janet.
Oh,
It's
thank
cool.
you. I cut it myself.
I love that hair. Veganist Fork. I really like that. That's the name of your YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys both? Do both of you guys perform or do demonstrations on the channel?
It's mostly her. Usually when I do it, it's a little more of a joke. I feel like I kind of, I didn't get as much experience cooking growing up because she was just so good that I was more of an eater. I was a little lazy with that, but I have come a long way.
Well, I look at it this way. My dad was a baker. As soon as I could stand up, he put me to work in the kitchen. So I've been in the kitchen for about 50 years, at least over 50 years. She went to journalism school. I leave the writing to her. She leaves the cooking to me. We meet in the middle when we need to, and it's a good deal.
I think it's a good dynamic. It's a good team.
It works.
Did any other family members go plant-based with you guys?
Well, my sister is vegetarian now. She's been vegetarian for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And then my brother and my dad are not fully plant-based. I would say they're like flexitarian.
Yeah, they're like 95% vegan right now. Yeah. It's really tough outside of our immediate family though, because once you go vegan, you just want to shout it from the rooftops how amazing it is and how great you feel and how the environment is benefiting, and for some reason they just don't want to believe you.
I think the proof is in the food though. We try to bring a lot of vegan dishes to family events and get people to try them, and usually they get good reviews.
Usually,
yeah.
Not all the time, but
it's a process. You never want to push anybody too hard.
No. And, a lot of the people in my family are older, and old habits die hard, unfortunately, but we're trying to do our part.
We are.
But that's the great thing about YouTube. Because
so how did you guys come to write a book together, and why on air fryers?
Well, we had actually been hoping to write a cookbook for years, and we started one many years ago.
Many times.
But unfortunately, with our work schedules, it was hard to really sit down and work on it for a while. And then after years of just sporadic work, we had finally
really
put
in
together
earnest.
a good
Yeah.
amount of recipes, and we were pretty happy with it. But then we were contacted by our publisher and asked to write this book about air fryers.
And we said, yeah, let's do it.
yeah, let's just put aside all the stuff that we already worked on, come up with 75 new recipes.
Right.
We had not really dabbled with our air fryer too much before this. We were just using it mostly to reheat frozen foods.
Yeah. But we learned so much writing this cookbook because
we didn't realize how many healthy meals you could make using it and how many different uses it has.
Yeah. And this is a plant-based healthy cookbook. It's very low salt. Most of the recipes have no salt. Almost all of them have no oil.
Low to no oil.
Low to no oil, and no processed sugar, really, just very, very little. And I think whatever recipe you want to adapt to completely SOS, you probably could. So
yeah,
I'm pretty proud of how much we learned and how far we came. And I'm doing the Chef AJ diet right now, which I love your book, by the way. It is so fantastic. I love your story. It's very similar to mine. We both come from eating disorders in the past. And I find that with a lot of vegans, I think it's really helpful to have some rules when you have an eating disorder. So I enjoyed your story so much, and I'm doing the 50-50 plate right now.
Nice, thank you. In your book, do you talk about different types of air fryers or make any recommendations for people that might be new to air frying?
We do. Yeah. We have a whole breakdown of what you want to look for when you're thinking about getting your own air fryer if you don't already have one.
Right.
We go through a few different top brands that are popular just to give people an overview of what to expect, what to look for.
Few different types, the spaceship one, the toaster oven.
That's the thing. There's two main types of air fryers. There's the one that we have over here. I don't know if that's showing. So this is basically like a toaster oven air fryer. And then there's also what we call the spaceship.
It kind of
style.
looks like the one that they just sent up into space. It looks like a Hershey's Kiss almost.
That one has a basket that you can pull out. And I think that one probably hit the market first before the toaster oven, which is pretty popular now.
They both work great.
Which brand is the one that you have behind you?
We have the Instant Vortex Plus. So that's made by the people who make Instant Pot, which is, I came to realize, is actually Corning. They make those dishes, the Corning dishes that aren't supposed to chip. Well, now they make air fryers and Instant Pots too. So very great air fryer. I'm very happy with it. It's got an Apple sticker on it, but
that is not
that's our joke. We call it the iFry. It's really good. It does a great job. It's got multi-levels in there. It's great for if you're cooking for more than 2 people, like 4 to 6 people, I would say.
We eat a lot of food, so the size of it was really important to us. But they do make a lot of smaller models that are good for just 1 or 2 people.
Right.
Yeah, I've got the Breville. It's big.
Oh, nice.
We have it's a Breville, but it's made by KitchenAid. Like, you know how they put a different brand on it? We have pretty much the same one that you have, but it's I think a little bit smaller.
The toaster oven.
The toaster oven, yeah, because it's got conduction in there, and I love that one. But we needed to get that one for the cookbook because I wanted to be able to have like I wanted to have like a variety when we developed the recipes so that we were sure that it would work with everything
across all different types of air fryers.
That makes sense. Is this your first book or first book together?
This is our first book. Both of us, our first book.
Yes, and first book together.
Yes.
Hopefully not our last.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, the process was really smooth. I felt like we worked really well together. So
we've been working together for what, like 14 years now?
A long time, yeah.
And you haven't killed each other.
Not yet. I know people are always asking us, like, do you guys ever fight? It seems like you always get along really well. We have our moments.
I think maybe we have a 5-minute fight once a year, maybe. Is it that much?
I would say maybe a little more than that, but we usually squash it pretty quickly just because
We hate being mad.
it's exhausting.
Yeah, it is. We hate being mad. So we're just like, are we just gonna like, iron this out right here? And
It's
we're like,
usually a passive
okay.
aggressive thing. And then
on my part.
I mean, I don't want to upset you by saying this, but I think
know.
I'm usually the one that's first to squash it.
Yes.
I'm just like, I can't live like this.
Yeah.
But generally we get along.
That's good. Where'd you come up with the name Veganist Fork for your YouTube channel?
Well, we used to have a different name for our vegan channel. I think it was
like
called
every
like
day
the Daily
or-
Vegan
daily,
or something
yeah.
like that. And then I said, well, that's boring.
Yeah.
I hate that. And the whole vegan forks over knives thing. I wanted to kind of maybe draw people in who were thinking about that with the fork part, but I also wanted it to be a little bit edgy.
A little bit of an edgy twist.
And then I thought the real F ... And then I was like, we're never going to get a brand deal with F in the title. So
I don't know if I
said,
feel comfortable with that either.
yeah. So then we went with just the G-rated vegan as fork.
It's
Yeah.
cute. I like it. I like your t-shirt too.
Oh, thank you. One of our fans made this for us.
It's
It's
cool.
really cute.
What's your favorite thing to air fry? Mine is lately it's been broccoli. I don't know. I love broccoli anyway, but man, in the air fryer, it's so good.
It's so good.
Broccoli's really good.
One of my favorite things in the air fryer is pineapple. It just like
Oh yeah.
caramelizes so nicely, and just there's something about hot fruit
Mhm.
that is just
true.
everything to me. And I think the high liquid content in pineapple works really well in the air
Yeah.
fryer.
Oh, that would be good on banana ice cream, caramelized
Ooh,
pineapple.
yes.
I'm a down and dirty girl. I just like my French fries in there.
I know. And I gotta tell you, it really does make the best crispy fries without oil.
Yeah. And you don't need any oil. I mean, I just cut up a russet potato and I throw it in there, and then I use some hot sauce,
Mhm.
and it's heaven.
Yeah, you don't have to feel guilty about it at all.
Not at all.
Well,
So-
speaking of hot sauce,
Oh.
We actually have a little recipe
demo.
demonstration.
Yeah, this is really a very easy recipe. It's one of the staples in our cookbook. And the reason why I wanted to include a hot sauce in the cookbook is because, number one, you can use it as a sauce.
Mhm.
You could dip stuff in it. You can put it over your food. But the main reason why I wanted it in there was because I wanted it to flavor the other foods, because when you don't have the salt in there, you really need something that's going to give you a lot of flavor. And when you do a mild to medium hot sauce, it's in a lot of the recipes, it really gives a lot of flavor.
Right.
When you air fry the peppers in there, they caramelize and they just really add so much to every recipe.
I think also it can be hard to find a good salt-free hot sauce.
Yeah, it's very difficult actually, because
it is. I only know of one. It's called Brew Brothers, but it's so much more affordable to make your own.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so easy too.
Mhm.
And there's only a few ingredients.
Yes. So shall we get started?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and I find like even with really hot peppers, like when you air fry them, it milds them out a bit.
Yes, it does, for sure. And if you also don't want your hot sauce to be as hot, you can remove the seeds on the inside, and that will cut down on the heat a lot.
Yeah, the
But-
seeds pack a lot of the heat.
Yeah, these peppers, they say hot, but it's a lie. It says it right on the bag, hot.
Oh, I
and it's
thought
a
you meant
lie.
it says that it's a lie.
No, it says hot. So these are Hungarian wax peppers. They're not very hot because we can handle it. We have baby mouths when it comes to heat. So I just got a 12-ounce bag. They have these at our ShopRite, which is like the local supermarket here. So I washed them, and we're just going to put them on our air fryer.
We have our
basket.
little tray right here.
Yeah. And I want to mild it out even more. So I have a red pepper that I'm also going to add to this. And then I got to finish peeling my garlic here. I have a whole head of garlic, and I'm just going to wrap it in this piece of foil because I really want to be delicate with my garlic. I don't want it to burn, because when you burn garlic, it tends to get really
Trash.
bitter. Yeah, it gets bitter, and you don't want anything bitter in there. You just want a nice mellow garlic flavor. A lot of people would just put it in with the clove, but I find like that's such a pain in the butt. It's so much easier just to peel it raw and then open the foil and just dump it into the blender. So if you want to talk amongst yourselves while I finish peeling this garlic, then we'll be able to put this in the air fryer.
Okay. This is great too, because we are literally putting the peppers in the air fryer with the stems still on. We've got the seeds in here still.
Right.
So it's very, very simple.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever seen those Hungarian peppers.
Oh, really?
I'll give you a better,
They're kind of
better view of
they're
them.
kind of like a lighter, like a cubanelle, I think.
That's not a banana pepper, is it? It almost looks like a
It
banana.
looks like a banana pepper, but it says Hungarian wax pepper. And it's from Bailey Farms. Does it say where they grow those?
That's a good question.
I couldn't get those one week, and I tried.
I want to say North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina.
I think so.
I tried black jalapenos, and that was very spicy.
Yeah, you can't handle that.
I still ate it, but it was quite spicy.
This is great too, because you can use whatever level of
Right.
spiciness you want to.
Right. So if you're growing Carolina Reapers in your garden and you want to make some hot sauce, just make sure that the pepper content adds up to about a pound uncooked. And all of the rest of the ingredients will follow suit after that. But if you just start off with a pound of uncooked peppers, you should be fine.
Yeah, and this is gonna make, I believe, 2.5 cups
Right.
of hot sauce.
Right. And we love to put it in a mason jar, and we have a special lid for it that has like a flip top.
Little spout on it,
Yeah,
so it's just ready to go.
exactly. Pour it down.
Mandy wants to know, how long does the hot sauce last? And do you keep it in the refrigerator?
Yes, absolutely. We keep it in the refrigerator, and it lasts pretty long because it has a high vinegar content. So usually when you have a lot of vinegar in there, it tends to last longer in the refrigerator. So I would say probably 3 weeks to a month. Right?
Yeah, I would say 3 weeks, definitely.
It's not going to last that long though, because you're going to
eat it before that.
All right. So we have our,
We just wrapped up our garlic in the
Right.
foil, and you're just gonna
I'm
plop
going to
that
put
right on
this
top of the
in
peppers.
at 390 for
Get out of your
15
way.
minutes. So let me just pop this in. And we're gonna do air fry. Go down to 15. There we go. And we're gonna drop the temperature to 390 and we're gonna start. Okay.
I would say too, we highly recommend preheating your air fryer. We didn't do it just now because
It automatically does it.
oh, okay. I forgot that one does that.
Yeah, the spaceship one didn't.
Right. Our
Yeah.
other one does not. But
Right.
it is a good idea to preheat your air fryer if possible.
It just cooks better and
It's gonna cook more evenly, and it's gonna shave off of, like, sometimes a few minutes
Yeah.
of cook time.
Mhm.
Do you actually mention different brands in your book, like by name when you talk
Yes,
about
we do.
them?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because Maya's saying, that she welcomes all opinions. Is there anything better than the Breville?
Wow.
Well, the Breville is really good. If you're looking for budget friendly, the instant one was about 110-ish.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can get it on sale.
There's also Ninja makes quite a few air fryers. They're
Yeah.
pretty good. Kasori.
Kasori one is really great value, but that's a basket one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure if they have
Yeah.
the convection oven style, the toaster oven style.
Yeah. If it's just, only a couple of people that you recommend the basket one, but if you're cooking for more people, I would definitely recommend the I just went blank. The toaster oven style.
'Cause I have a basket one and I use it for small jobs, like if I have maybe a pound of Brussels sprouts or just want to roast some
Right.
garlic. But if we're making fries for the family, it holds maybe one
Right.
potato, so it's not quite enough for that.
So now when you make your fries, do you put it right, laid out?
Yeah, so I learned this this little trick actually from traveling when I had potatoes on the plane that didn't get eaten. I put them in the fridge. That for some reason when I cook them, refrigerate them, and then air fry them, they get even better.
Right.
Ooh.
Well, I have another luxury item. Let me
Okay.
grab my luxury item.
Oh boy. I'm not even sure what she's about to show us. So, oh, okay.
All right, this is why I love the instant one so much. It's because of this little gadget that comes with it. This makes the most incredible French fries.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything. You just put it in there, you put it on rotate, and it slowly turns it like this. I didn't have it locked. And
Scared me.
sorry. And it just, every fry is so perfectly browned all around that it's amazing. Now, I guess they also have this for meat. Ew, boo.
Yeah.
But we only use this for French fries, and it is amazing. And it comes with it.
Mhm.
So if you're really into French fries, I would recommend highly the instant, not sponsored. And oh my God, I just got a whiff of those peppers cooking.
They smell very good.
Oh. So good.
Yes.
But highly recommend a basket.
Yeah, that basket, I don't have one with that feature. That sounds cool. Suzanne
Yeah.
says, which air fryer is best for a large family?
You're definitely going to want to look for one
That's large.
yeah, well, I had one in here actually that it's the biggest one I could find.
Oh, was it that
You could fit a whole entire like
turkey in there?
no, it was like a 13-inch pizza.
Oh, was it the?
Okay, I got this.
All right.
So the New Wave Bravo XL air fryer oven has a 30-quart capacity
Wow.
and can fit an entire 13-inch pizza inside.
Wow.
So you can go very
You can
large.
go large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say if you're cooking for a lot of people,
Yeah.
you're gonna want to make sure it's bigger than 6 quarts.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I was going to get the Ninja one that folds up. You know, I can't remember, Power Grill or something like that, and it folded up so you could still have counter space. But I've just given up on counter space because if there's a kitchen appliance, I have it, and I have no counter space. So I actually had to get a little table.
You got it in a little cart here.
Right. Which brings me to another tip, free of charge. Don't ever use your air fryer on a counter underneath the cabinet.
I know, it makes the cabinet,
It warps it. I know. I should have learned when we moved from our other house because I had one of those fancy coffee makers that attaches underneath the cabinet. And when I took it off, when we moved, the whole cabinet was like ruined underneath. So of course I did the same thing here and I put our spaceship one on the counter and my husband saw it and he said,
You're in trouble.
Yeah, you're getting a table for this one because it shouldn't be near anything else when it's cooking because it's making cabinet sauna.
Yeah, you need to make sure it's pulled away from the wall at
Mhm.
least a few inches. You want to watch what surface you have underneath and make sure that
Right.
it's heat protected. So if you are putting it on a countertop, maybe
If it's a wooden one and you don't want it, if it's not sealed.
I would just put maybe some tempered
piece of
glass,
Tempered glass.
yeah, to protect it because it can melt a countertop.
It could.
It can.
It gets quite hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't melt my cabinet, but it did definitely discolor it. But
right?
now I'm afraid to move it because, I wish I
Everyone
learned that.
will see.
I wish I knew that before. It goes so well where it is right now, though. I know what you
I
mean.
know, that's the problem. It just,
The struggle.
Oh, here's a question. Do you have instructions in your new cookbook for air frying vegetables plain?
We do.
Yes.
We have a whole chart in the back. Let me
the
just
times and
hold
what
it up for you
seasonings might
guys.
want to, you might want to put on it.
Right. So this is just your most basic instructions for cooking things without
No
like a
oil,
full
no-
recipe for
yeah.
it. So we
Right.
have fruit. We've got apples, bananas, peaches, pears. We have a lot of vegetables in here: asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are pretty much an all-star of air frying. They're
Yeah.
so great in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Butternut squash, carrots, cauliflower, corn on the cob, even.
Yeah.
Is there anything you shouldn't air fry?
I would say anything very liquidy. Yeah. Anything with a lot of like a batter,
Right.
that's going to be a bit challenging.
Yeah.
You also want to be careful with things that have a lot of seasoning on them, because
Right.
if it's not really stuck on the food, it's going to fly
It's gonna
around.
fly everywhere, yeah. We actually do have a recipe for mac and cheese from dry noodles and you know, the cheese sauce in there. But that is covered up.
Yeah.
And you start off with boiling water. You pour the boiling water over the noodles. You cover it up. You put it in the air fryer and you put your cheese sauce in another
That's-
pan on top of it. But that's a little bit different.
That's something I never thought would be possible, making
Right.
a pasta dish even in an air
Right.
fryer, or a rice dish. We also have
We have a
a
paella.
paella recipe in here too.
Right.
Oh, paella, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That one was an experience. That was a process trying to get that
was
right.
a lot of testing. Yeah,
Yes.
we tested it to death.
But I think we found,
We found the happy medium.
yes, I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.
Can you show the book up close and maybe some of the photos in it?
Absolutely. So here's the cover. And then, let me see, maybe I should just,
Why don't you pick your favorite?
oh, my favorite? Okay. I remember the first time we looked at this, I definitely was crying.
Yes, you were.
It was very exciting to see it. Let me show you guys one of my favorite ones.
Now the pressure is on.
The pressure
You're
is on.
not gonna
I
be
am
able to do
sweating.
it.
This is one of my favorites, our French toast. I actually just had this the other day.
Yes.
And it is delicious. Why don't you pick one?
Well, one of my favorites is the shish kebab, and I'm probably not gonna be able
Yes.
to find it right away. And this one as well. It's little zucchini roll-ups with homemade vegan mozzarella and ricotta made from almonds. Really very fresh, perfect for summer evening. We also have some jelly donuts that are really, really good.
They are the devil.
Although they are the devil, but they're not the devil.
No, because they're actually not that unhealthy.
They're not really unhealthy.
They're
at
not,
all.
yeah. I just have
Oh,
that
here's the shish
mindset,
kebab.
like I should feel guilty about it.
These are amazing. We've served these to meat eaters, and they
They were very, very happy with it.
yeah, they were just like beside themselves. They were like, whoa,
Mhm.
it's really good.
Here, I saw a question. Where did it go from? It was about, yeah, here it is from Susanna. How do you find a convection oven compares to an air fryer other than taking longer? Is the food quality the same?
I don't think the convection oven is as powerful as the air fryer.
I would say the food doesn't get as crispy. It doesn't have that same fried feel to it because the air fryer is smaller. Yes, it does take less time to cook, but also it gives you a much crispier
It's all in the
texture.
size.
Right,
The oven is much bigger.
right.
The air fryer is much smaller, so it can concentrate that air much more than a convection oven could.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a question, how does air frying affect caloric density?
Not at all.
Oh, no, I think it does a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you cook something in an oven, the
You're
same
back up.
food.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. I think, yeah, I know.
But
what
you
you're-
don't have to use oil in the air fryer. So it really helps you feel more satisfied with the food that you're eating for less calories because you feel like you're eating comfort foods.
No, I agree. I mean, I can't believe, once you have an air fryer, you wonder how you lived so long without it.
Yes, absolutely.
We use ours almost every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite or more popular recipe in the book that you know about?
Ooh, okay. One of our favorite recipes of all time is also in our staples chapter,
Right.
and it is our no cheese sauce.
Yeah.
So this is actually one that has gone through many, many
Iterations.
different iterations, but this one is special because it is
SOS-Free.
SOS-Free. So we've had a lot of different versions that had oil. We've used cashews. We've used hemp seeds, hemp hearts.
Right.
But this
Potatoes, carrots.
Yeah.
Um,
this one has no
lemons.
salt or oil.
Yeah.
So
mhm,
it's the healthiest version possible
Right.
of our cheese sauce.
And it's delicious
It
because
is.
it also contains the no salt hot sauce in it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Mhm.
It is. Trust us.
Yeah, that's great. We use that for a lot of Mexican nights to just put it on top of things, but we also use that for mac and cheese.
Right.
You could even just dip, like I love it with like a pretzel.
Yeah.
As almost like a bar cheese.
Honestly, I've eaten it with a spoon. I almost drank it.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds amazing. Melissa says, were your recipes developed using a small 5-6 quart air fryer or something like a Breville? I find they cool differently.
We've actually tried to find the happy medium between all of the air fryers. Most of the recipes were either done in both or actually most of them were done in this, but at least a good amount of them were done in both, just so that the times would be very close.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be anything that's too far off
Mhm.
if you're using a different type of air fryer.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tell us about your YouTube channel. What kind of things do you do on that?
Well, we actually have 3 YouTube channels. For me.
Great. Oh my gosh. How do you keep up with it?
Yeah. Well, the one that we've been working together for 14 years is actually called Madrosed, and it's named after her, but I named it.
Right.
So that one started out talking about reality television, and it still talks about reality television, but it's exclusively Big Brother channel now.
Yeah, that was mostly a way for me to feel comfortable working with cameras and editing equipment and all things like that before I went to journalism school. And then I just stuck with it.
Yeah.
We stuck with it after college, but we also have a daily vlog channel where we just kind of document
everyday life.
Yeah.
I have a son, an adult son. I still think of him as my baby, but he's 28 and he has autism, and he requires a lot of care. So I'm unable to really work outside of my house, and YouTube is the perfect work at home scheme. So I also really enjoy sharing what it's like to have an adult child with autism,
Right.
and what our daily life is like. I think a lot of people are in the same situation that I am, and they find it comforting. That,
it's a good way to connect with other people.
yeah, I've met a lot of people over the years who I consider our dear friends. And it's just been wonderful. I mean, it makes me want to cry how sweet our fans and friends and family are on YouTube. I don't like calling them fans. I like calling them friends because they've been so good to us over the years. And then, of course, the vegan channel.
Yeah. So we've been working on that one for probably 6 or 7 years now.
6.5.
Yeah. And lately we've been doing a lot of healthier style recipes. I think we started out pretty junky.
I think we just started out just trying to survive vegan.
Right.
And we were really feeling our way out and, our way around veganism in the beginning. And along the way, we've decided,
to go in a little more of a healthy direction.
And I do want to be alive as long as possible so that I can be here to take care of my son, because I want him to be with us. I don't want him to be anywhere else. So I want to stay healthy as long as possible. Fun fact, I'm the only one of my siblings and my parents who are not on any prescription medications ever. So I feel like that's a big accomplishment. And I think it's great to live a long time.
All right. That is so cool. Oh, Kelly says just ordered the book. Very cool.
Thank you so much.
You said your publisher, but if you didn't have a book, how did you have a publisher? How did they decide that that would be the topic that you guys would write about?
Well,
so the publisher that reached out to us, they are kind of following like a backwards way of publishing, because they do a lot of database research.
Well, they also discovered us on YouTube.
Right. Well, they look for, they do research to find where there are gaps in the market, things that people are looking for that aren't already really out there. And then they try to connect those ideas with people that they think would be a good fit to write those books that they're looking for. So they already had the idea in mind, and then they got in touch with us to make it happen.
And we said, that's fantastic. We've been writing a book, but not the one that you
Right. We were planning on self-publishing our own as just an ebook. So then when we heard that we could actually have like a physical copy of a book, we were very excited about that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's very cool. Well, so the ebook that you were writing, are you going to like publish it as a hardcover book now? And was that a cookbook as well?
That was a cookbook.
It was a cookbook. I don't know. I mean, I would love to publish it as a hard copy. I don't know if that's going to be in the cards, hopefully. But
honestly, since writing this book, I'd feel bad not revamping all of the recipes.
Oh yeah, it's going to need work now that
it's going to need even more work. So we're probably back at square one, because I just love this way of eating so much that I don't know that I could go back to the old recipes in their form that they are now.
You're talking about doing more like whole foods.
More whole foods.
Yeah.
But still some naughty foods, because nobody wants to be good all the time. You got to be a little bit naughty once in a while.
You got to treat yourself.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. Just tell that to Dr. Alan Goldhammer.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to agree with that.
He's one of a kind. Okay.
Yeah.
Yvonne says, I love these ladies. I got my first vegan cookbook and I'm enjoying veganism and air frying. Book has lots of info available on Amazon, Kindle, and hardcover. Yep. I'll post another link to it. It's in the chat.
Yvonne is one of our wonderful, wonderful friends on YouTube who I consider family. She even made us these cool bowl cozies for when we're having our red lentil chili so that we don't burn ourselves.
Yes.
Amazing. We use these every single day, even for like cold cereal.
I put my oatmeal bowl in there too.
Yeah. She's an amazing person, and she just went vegan this year, and I believe she's over 6 months vegan now.
Congratulations.
That is so awesome.
Wait, what? Show that bowl again.
Isn't this so cute? You just put your bowl in here.
Yeah, like this.
So you don't burn your hands.
Yes, I've seen those. Those are very cool. I've seen them at swap meets. They're really neat.
Yvonne made us these, and I cherish these so much.
Yeah, I just used one this morning.
Yep.
Here's a question from Monarch. What is your best tip for crisping food? Do you spray it first, perhaps with vinegar?
I don't think we've ever tried vinegar.
No, we have tried
used lemon juice.
Lemon juice, but also you can use liquid aminos. You can use what's the other one I'm trying to think of? You can use water. If you don't want to use oil.
Yeah.
I
find when we make the French fries though, we don't really use anything.
Yeah, you don't need to.
No.
You don't need to use oil. But it does help to spray with something usually.
I've seen also people pre-boil their French fries for just a few minutes. If you just want to open that so it stops beeping. Yeah, just pull it open.
Try.
Don't be afraid, it won't bite you.
No, it's like stuck.
Just put your
there we go. We got it.
Hey, so Maddie, when you were in college and you went vegetarian and then vegan, did any of your friends follow along your path?
I did have some friends that were okay with the whole vegetarian thing. I didn't go vegan until after I graduated from college, but most of them were at least like very respectful of it and curious about it. They would try some vegetarian stuff from time to time. But I will say after college, when I went vegan, I have a group of friends that I play a lot of games with. We play Dungeons and Dragons, things like that. And usually because it is such a long game, we'll bring food and I usually bring a vegan dish and they are very into it.
They're ready to sop it up.
Yes.
I love it.
Yep.
Nice.
And here's the what they're going to look like when they come out of the air fryer. They're quite blackened and blistered, and the garlic is up here. I'm just going to give this a second to cool off before I show you what you need to do before you put it in the blender, because I don't want to burn my fingers off.
Yeah, they are very hot right now.
They smell amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah. The old Vitamix. Vegan's best friend.
Yeah, I mean, having a good blender can change your life.
Life changing. It's the holy trinity: blender, Instant Pot, air fryer,
Mm,
and rice cooker. Well, rice cooker is kind of like Instant Pot,
hmm
but that's every
I know.
vegan's got to have that. It's every
I
vegan's
think
best
we live
friend.
most of our lives without these things, but now they're absolutely indispensable.
Yeah, for sure.
They just save so much time and energy.
Life's too hectic. We need these things. Okay, so here's the garlic. Oh, it smells so good.
It does smell very, very
Yeah.
good.
Nice and soft.
How come you put it in foil? Because I've never air fried and foiled my garlic. I've just thrown it in.
I'm afraid that it's going to burn. I'm terrified of burning garlic because with the investment of all these peppers and ingredients, if I were to burn my garlic and have bitter hot sauce, I would be heartbroken. So I always
It's just a little extra security
yeah,
blanket.
I find that it's a little bit more mellow too. When you you know what I'm saying? Like you get the heat, but you don't get like that crispiness on the outside because you don't really need it for the garlic. Because it's all gonna be in
It's
the
more for the
Vitamix
flavor
anyway.
than the
Yeah.
texture.
It's very mellow.
Yeah, it does definitely mellows it out.
Okay, so here's, oh, it's leaking a little bit.
We got a
Let's,
leaky pepper.
we got a leaker. So what I do is I just pull off this wooden part of the stem, and then all of the seeds and everything just go right in the blender. But
Yeah, you don't have to take the seeds out.
right, but if you've got a problem with the seeds, if you're doing like a ghost pepper or something, and it's like, oh no, I just can't do the seeds, just take, feel free to slit it down the lengthwise and scrape the seeds out, and then put whatever you want in there, and it'll be fine.
Mhm.
Ooh, it's so hot.
So with this array of peppers that we have here today, it's going to give us a mild,
mild to medium.
mild to medium hot sauce.
A lot of flavor, not a lot of heat,
Right.
but enough to make it, to make your mouth say, that's a little interesting.
That's a nice little kick.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a little kickback on the back end.
Yeah. I find myself using more and more hot sauce lately. I never used to eat hot
Yeah.
sauce until
You
I
never
went
ate
vegan.
olives.
That's true.
Now you do.
Yeah, a lot of dietary changes have happened
Mhm.
over quarantine, I feel like. I started
Yeah.
eating a lot of foods that I didn't really mess with before, like olives and even Brussels sprouts. I didn't start eating until like
Yeah.
2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But
You've become way more adventurous in your food choices.
yeah,
I'd like to think I'm responsible, but I think it's just age.
could be.
All right, we have one medjool date here that what I like to do, whether it's a senior medjool date, and I know you know what I mean, because we've all had medjool dates past their prime, and they get hard, and we get heartbroken, but don't get heartbroken. We'll just soak them in some hot water,
Mm-hmm.
and then we drain them, and then we squeeze the seed out, and they blend so much more nicely when you soak them first in a little bit of warm water. So we're just putting our medjool date in there for sweetness.
Yep. And if you don't want to use a date, if you don't have dates, if you don't like them, you could also sub in
Little maple syrup.
1 tablespoon of maple syrup for the date.
Mhm. And now we need our liquid. Sorry, I just had to get that off my hands. All right, so we have some beautiful organic apple cider vinegar. So we're going to use equal parts apple cider vinegar, which is 1/3 cup, and equal part of water.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my mad scientists. What did they call this?
Is that the Erlenmeyer flask?
Erlenmeyer flask. I'm a mad scientist in the kitchen.
That's right.
The best that Michael's has to offer when Halloween is over. I have a whole collection of these.
I love
All right.
Michael's. I sign up for those 40% off coupons.
I'm a Michael's queen. I live
You're
there.
addicted. It's becoming a problem.
I'm a crocheter, so
All
I
right.
find myself there a lot.
I just
Here-
learned how to crochet at a spa I was teaching at, and they said, oh, it's easier than knitting. And I'm like, no, it's not. I think whatever you learn
Really?
first is easy. Well, I think it's whatever you learn when you're little and first is
Oh,
easy.
okay.
I
Yeah.
learned knitting first. And
I
couldn't
tried-
crochet.
I tried knitting many, many years ago and it was a disaster, but I find crocheting a lot easier.
See, Chef AJ and I are about the same age. So it's a knitting thing. Knitting was popular.
It's
Yeah, it
funny.
could be.
You mentioned a senior date. I live in an active senior community, and there's a lot of potential for senior dates here.
Now we're going to perform our magic because we don't want to kill everybody's ears. So we have our full container
Our
from the
blender, yeah.
Vitamix. And don't look away. Don't look away.
You're the
Oh, what? Here is the finished hot sauce.
Yes. So you just want to blend
Mhm.
until that is all smooth and ready to go.
Right.
And then it'll look like this.
Exactly like this. And ready to pour out with the little cap on the top. Nobody likes when you have a jar and you keep pouring it out and you get
Gets all
all that
crusty.
stuff in the threads of the jar.
Mm-hmm.
So these snap tops from So Legit, I think is the name of the
That's a fun
company.
name.
I got them on Amazon. They were fairly cheap, maybe a little expensive, but they are fantastic for dressings. I even make my, what is that I use to drink? This stuff. My
Electrolytes.
electrolytes.
Yes,
When I make
yes.
my electrolytes, I make them in a jar like this and I use this top because it's just so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fantastic. Again, not sponsored,
Yeah.
but just a little tip for everybody that hates the cookies in the jars, when you get in the threads.
We are going to blend this one later too. I just
Yeah.
didn't want the dogs to get into it on the floor.
I'll put that over here.
You also have dessert recipes in this book.
Oh,
Do.
yes.
Yes, that was actually my favorite chapter to work on.
Yeah, one of the recipes that you came up with, the bananas in a sleeping bag.
Yes.
I didn't know if that was going to work at first, but when we made it, I was just like, oh, daughter, you're a genius. They were just so tasty.
Yeah, so that recipe, I don't know if you guys can tell from the name, but
Mhm,
it's a spring roll wrapper.
mhm.
We usually have a lot of those left over because we have spring rolls pretty frequently,
Yeah.
but we never have enough stuff to use
fill
all
it.
of the spring
Right.
rolls. So we have a lot left over. But you basically just put
A ripe banana,
peanut butter,
date paste,
date paste.
roll it up like a spring roll, pop it into the air fryer,
Oh, it was
and
so
roast it in there
good.
for what, like 15 minutes,
I
20
can tell
minutes?
you.
is
Why, yes, we can
delicious.
just look it up.
It tastes like caramel. It is
Mhm.
so good.
It's only 10 minutes.
Oh, it's
for
only
the cook
10
time.
minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It is totally worth it.
You know what's delicious in the air fryer? Apples.
Yes.
Yes.
We have a baked apple in there with the almond ricotta on the top and with some cinnamon. It is so tasty.
Mm-hmm.
My son, unbeknownst to me, ate most of them after they came out of the air fryer when we were testing it.
Yeah, they were just sitting on the table and then all of a sudden they weren't anymore.
Yeah.
Charlie says, what's the easiest dessert to make in the air fryer?
Hmm. That's a good.
I would say
Question.
like just caramelized bananas are so good.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice simple one.
Baked apples, of course, you could put some, hollow the inside out and just put some, well, not completely, but where the core goes, and put some raisins, a little bit, a couple
Yeah.
of nuts.
I mean, we have some examples on our the air fryer chart that we have in the back
Mhm.
where you can just cut them up, maybe put a little seasoning on them,
Right.
and then cook them up.
Cinnamon and peaches are so good. We have a
Yes.
peach tree in our backyard, which has the most peaches I've ever seen since we've been living here for 18 years.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a good year. for
And
the-
that air
the fruit
fryer,
trees.
I feel like I'm gonna kill the air fryer cooking
Oh.
all of the peaches.
Just get that out of here.
The phone always rings when
That's
it's
funny.
the-
I don't know if they still sell them, but Trader Joe's used to sell roasted plantains in the freezer section. And
Oh,
those are
wow.
really good in the air fryer.
Wow.
Yes, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I would like to try that. 'Cause we
Mhm.
haven't really eaten a lot of plantains in our career. I would
A
like to,
career.
in our vegan career.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing too. Just you don't have to do much. You don't have to add too much to it, but you can have a really delicious fruit or vegetable in the air fryer.
And the healthier you eat, the better everything tastes without anything on it.
Yeah, the
anyway.
less you're eating a lot of added salt and sugar, your taste buds are going to adjust,
Right.
and natural flavors are going to be
I feel like
much
they're
more
healing
flavorful.
themselves in a way.
It's like nature is healing itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Susanna says, I don't want to eat the seeds. Is it easier to remove them before or after air frying?
I feel like it's better to remove them after, just for the fact that when you cook them intact, there's a steaming thing that happens on the inside of the pepper that really mellows the whole thing out much better than just putting an already like cut up deflated pepper in there. It's better when you have that air pocket in there. And oh my goodness, it's no trouble to just make a cut and scrape it out. That is a Frankenstein-sized dog. He's like a Aussie Shepherd. What's the other one? Bernese Mountain Dog mix. They found him with his 11 or 10 or 11 siblings underneath a house.
Yeah.
So when we saw that, we had to go grab him. And
he's a good boy,
loud.
but he's got a big bark.
Yeah.
So who does all the cooking at your house?
Definitely my mom. I do a lot of the eating.
I spend more time in the kitchen, I feel like, than any other room in the house.
Yeah. But you enjoy it. So
I love it. I love it. I just wish my dad could be here to see how the cookbook has turned out, because he was such a star in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And such a huge influence on the whole family.
Yes.
That I just wish he could see it. My mom, of course, is very proud of us with the cookbook. And but it would be nice to see what he has to say.
He'd say, I don't like vegan food.
No, he wouldn't say that.
Oh my God. But hot sauce isn't vegan food. I mean, regular people eat hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I'm sure he would be on board with the vegan stuff.
He's very on board. I remember one of the last meals that he made was for my birthday, and he made me the grape leaves.
Stuffed grape leaves.
Stuffed grape leaves with lemon and rice inside. And I was just so thrilled that he made a special meal just for me.
That's nice. Oh, somebody gave, I have a nice comment I want to read you. It is from, it's NM1000 super chat donation. Thank you for
awesome.
From my favorite channel. I should have my book this week.
We hope you enjoyed it so much. I hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed writing it and testing it. And I just can't believe it.
I know, it's very surreal that it's finally coming out tomorrow.
In fact,
that is so cool. So what are you guys going to do? Like have a party, a book party, or?
We are. Yeah, my boyfriend's coming over. My sister and her boyfriend are coming over as well. So we're going to have a little family get together, just like a little intimate thing, and just enjoy some good food.
We're probably going to watch Jeopardy.
Probably going to watch Jeopardy in the Olympics. That's what we do in this house.
I play Jeopardy first thing when I wake up in the morning. First thing I do is empty the dishwasher, and that's when I play Jeopardy with Alexa.
Love it.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's what my sister does too.
Yes.
She says whenever she has a spare moment, she'll just answer some questions. Yeah, I don't know why we're so addicted to that show, but
it's just, you know what? Alex Trebek made it so good. And this week is the first week for LeVar Burton. And I really hope he gets it
for him,
because I'm a huge fan of LeVar Burton.
I know, Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. Star Trek. Yeah, he's amazing.
Nice.
I think he's going to be great.
Susanna says, could they come back another time and do another recipe? This was excellent. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Of course.
Sauce or one of the desserts. Maddie, is your boyfriend vegan?
He's not. I'm working on him, but
if he wants to go out with the likes of you, he better step up. And
I know, right? No, I just made him a breakfast sandwich like a week ago with just egg and Violife cheese, and he loved it. So slowly but surely, we're getting there.
He also loves the cheese sauce.
Yes, he's had a lot of stuff in this cookbook because we've made him try things. And
he's had my vegan pizza.
Yeah.
He's had Mexican night here. He's had the crab cakes.
Oh yeah, he's a big fan of the crab cakes.
He's on board. He needs more though.
Yes. He just moved back up here from North Carolina. So now that we're able to spend more time together, he'll be eating a lot more vegan
Right.
foods.
This is such a cute name for a YouTube. Parsnip Burger says, does
Oh.
they have a new host yet? So is LeVar Burton the permanent host, or?
I think they're still guest hosting right now.
Yeah, he's gonna be for 2 weeks at least, I think.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much been doing 2 weeks at a time. And then
Mhm.
I think it's like they're trying people out to see who's going to
Mhm.
get the job full time.
And Parsnip Burger is Matthew. So hi, Matthew.
Yeah. Hi, Matthew.
I love that name, by the way. That's adorable.
It
And
is adorable.
Susanna says, has your boyfriend watched Game Changers? Because guys often respond to that movie.
He hasn't. I actually myself haven't even watched a lot of vegan documentaries. I definitely stay away from any of the ones that have a lot of like animal.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
There's no
raised in
animal.
them.
There's no animal stuff in Game Changers. So
Okay. I will. Yeah, I would definitely check it out with him.
it's a really good movie, actually.
Yeah, that I have that on my list of like documentaries that I want to watch. I
Mhm.
watch a lot of docs. But it's to add
Linda
some
says,
seasoning.
can you make bread in the air fryer?
Yes.
You can.
We have a pretzel stick recipe,
Mhm.
soft pretzels. We also have a breakfast bagel from scratch.
Yes.
So you make the actual bagel and then you turn it into an avocado and tomato bagel.
Yeah.
And didn't we have another bread one too?
I
Well, the
mean,
No, the French toast, the bread's already made, but the bagel one for sure.
you can absolutely make bread
Yeah.
in the air fryer.
And it
That's-
comes out really good. in the
It
air
is very
fryer.
good. Yes.
Mhm.
Here's a really fun question from Diane. What is the oddest food you ever tried air frying?
Oh,
I would say just maybe when we were working on those pasta dishes or the paella, there was a while when I wasn't sure if that was going to work.
if you don't know what you're doing, cooking pasta from scratch can be very disappointing.
We had a lot of gluey pasta while we were trying to figure that
Right.
out,
Right.
but it ended up being good once we got it.
The real game changer was starting off with boiling water.
Yes, that makes
Yeah.
a big difference.
Right.
Nice, great. Well, guys, really every success on the new book. It must be very
Well, thank
exciting.
you.
It's
Thank you
almost
so
like
much.
it's almost like you're going to have a baby tomorrow.
That's what it feels like, I would imagine. I don't know.
No, not
I
at
don't have
all.
experience, but
Not at all.
Candle, thank you. Congratulations, Maddie and Janet. I just subbed to Chef AJ, enjoyed the show. So you
Oh,
guys
awesome.
have a lot of fans and maybe some new ones now too that'll check out the book. I've been posting the link quite a bit in the chat so people
Thank
can
you.
thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
What a great recipe. I think I can make that sauce. It seems ridiculously easy.
It's really,
very,
really
very
easy
simple.
and it's really delicious.
Mhm.
You're going to want to put it in everything. You're
No,
going to be like,
I'm going to make it. I never, like I said, I maybe never looked for Hungarian peppers, but I'm sure they're there. I just really haven't.
yeah, but you could use any pepper you want, you know?
Yeah.
You
Just
can
not
use
too
any
hot.
pepper.
Just something more meat. I'm kind of more of a medium person than a
Yeah.
Right. Me
spicy.
too. Me too.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And good luck tomorrow. Keep the fingers crossed that it stays #1 and or to
Thank
all the
you.
other categories. And we look forward to having you back on the show. And
Oh,
thanks
thank
all.
you.
It was great meeting you. And thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ Live. Please come back tomorrow for another great culinary demo from Sherry at Rossum Creations. Take care, Dockeries.
Thank you.